Okay, are you ready to dive into something truly mind-blowing?
I think so.
Forget those robotic monotone voices of the past.
Right.
We're talking about AI that can understand and generate speech that sounds shockingly human.
A whole new paradigm, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's where this deep dive takes us.
Okay.
You shared a transcript of a conversation with Google's Gemini AI,
I did.
and this version has something extraordinary.
What's that?
Native audio.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally mimicking human speech patterns.
Wow.
No more robotic text-to-speech.
That's pretty amazing.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that this isn't just a gimmick.
Right.
Gemini itself explains that it's aiming for a level of naturalness and engagement that's never been possible before.
Yeah, it really does.
It even hints at future capabilities like choosing specific accents or voices.
It does.
I know you're itching to integrate this voice into your home assistant setup.
Oh, absolutely.
No more robotic reminders for you, right?
That's the dream.
Well, that's where things get interesting. As savvy as you are, you already know there's no direct API or integration available yet.
Yeah, not yet.
But even Gemini recognizes the demand. Remember that hacky workaround it suggested? Capturing the audio, saving it,
Yeah,
then triggering it through Home Assistant?
that's right.
Kind of a crazy idea.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but it shows the demand.
yeah, it's a testament to how quickly users are pushing the boundaries,
I say
even if it means bending the rules a bit.
exactly.
But let's get back to the core tech here.
Okay.
It seems counterintuitive that while Gemini can output this amazing native audio,
Yeah,
it can't actually process audio input directly.
right.
It still relies on that text conversion step.
I see what you mean.
It's a crucial limitation.
Yeah.
Think about all the subtleties we convey through speech,
Mm-hmm.
tone, emphasis, pauses,
Okay.
even background noise.
Yeah,
All that gets lost when we're forced to rely on text alone.
I see that.
Yeah.
And that's why Gemini's own prediction is so significant.
It actually says direct audio processing is coming,
Wow.
and it'll be a huge leap forward.
So,
Imagine AI that can truly hear us,
yeah.
not just decode our words.
Mm,
It could revolutionize how we interact with technology.
for sure.
Faster responses, more natural conversations,
Yeah.
AI that can sense our emotions and intent.
Wow.
The implications are huge.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you brought up a really important point. Hardware,
Oh, yeah.
processing all that audio data, especially in real time.
Right.
It's going to require serious horsepower,
Absolutely.
both locally on our devices
Mm-hmm.
and in the cloud.
You're absolutely right.
And even Gemini acknowledges the trend towards more localized AI processing
It does.
right on our phones and computers.
I think so.
Think about the benefits: data privacy, offline functionality,
Yeah.
less reliance on constant internet connections.
I.
And here's where your prediction about DDR6 memory comes into play.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned how crucial its speed will be for handling the massive data sets AI needs to process on the fly.
For those who aren't familiar,
Right.
DDR6 is the next generation of computer memory, and it's going to be lightning fast.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not just about faster AI.
What else?
It's about a world where AI is seamlessly woven into our lives,
Okay.
responding instantly and intuitively to our needs.
Very cool.
Speaking of the future,
Oh, yeah.
remember when you jokingly asked Gemini for a job at Google?
The job application.
That's right.
I do.
It was more about exploring how AI might perceive career aspirations, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Gemini did offer some interesting advice,
Well, what's-
like playing up your forward thinking,
Right.
especially regarding hardware.
And then there's the location factor.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned preferring Leon over Paris.
I did.
Which is a common dilemma.
Right.
Balancing career goals with lifestyle choices.
Yeah,
It's a challenge for many.
I hear that.
And Gemini actually suggested exploring remote work options or local tech companies in Lyon. It's a reminder that the future of work is becoming more flexible,
For sure.
giving us more choices about where and how we want to live our lives.
That's a good thing.
But this conversation is just scratching the surface.
Really?
What really blows my mind is that AI might eventually understand not just the words we say,
Yeah.
but also the emotions behind them.
Hmm.
Joy, sadness, frustration. Imagine AI sensing all that just from the tone of our voice.
That's pretty powerful.
That's a profound concept.
It is.
And it's not entirely science fiction.
Right.
Researchers are already exploring ways to use AI to analyze emotional cues in speech.
That's amazing.
So are we headed towards a utopia where our AI assistants can offer genuine emotional support?
Hmm.
Or are we opening a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas? We'll unpack all this and more in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of native audio AI.
Where we're exploring the potential of AI that can understand and generate speech that sounds shockingly human.
It's a game changer, really.
We were just talking about how AI might one day be able to pick up on the nuances of human emotion.
Yeah.
Just from the sound of our voices.
Think about it. Yeah. What if your AI assistant could sense when you're having a tough day and respond with genuine empathy? Or maybe even play your favorite song to lift your spirits.
It sounds almost like science fiction.
Right.
But researchers are actively working on this.
We are.
Imagine an AI that can not only understand what we say, but also how we say it.
Yeah.
Picking up on those subtle cues, like sarcasm or hesitation, that make human communication so complex.
It would be like having a companion that truly gets you. Someone who can provide emotional support when you need it most.
That's powerful.
But it also raises some interesting questions.
Like what?
For example, how do we prevent this technology from being misused?
Oh, yeah.
Could it be used to manipulate people's emotions or exploit their vulnerabilities?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
As with any powerful technology.
Right.
There's always the potential for misuse.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with something as personal as human emotion, the stakes are even higher.
Definitely.
We need to think carefully about how to develop and deploy this technology responsibly.
Absolutely. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the ethical framework that guides its development and use.
I see.
Transparency is crucial.
Yeah.
We need to understand how these AI systems are trained, what data they're using, and how they're making decisions.
And that brings us back to something you mentioned earlier.
What's that?
The idea of choosing specific voices for our AI assistants.
Yeah.
Maybe even a voice that sounds like someone we know. It could make the experience feel even more personalized.
Yeah.
But there are potential downsides.
Yes. Imagine the implications of someone creating an AI that can impersonate a real person without their consent.
Wow.
Or using deepfakes to spread misinformation.
It's a sobering thought.
It is.
The ability to mimic human speech so convincingly could open up a whole new realm of ethical challenges.
For sure.
We need to be prepared to address those challenges head on.
It's all about striking that balance between innovation and responsibility. We need to encourage the development of this incredible technology.
I agree.
While simultaneously establishing clear guidelines and safeguards to prevent its misuse.
You know, as we've been discussing all these potential applications for native audio AI, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement.
Yeah.
But there's another side to this story. One that goes beyond the technical advancements.
What do you mean?
Well, I keep thinking about the impact this technology could have on what it means to be human.
Right.
If AI can truly understand our emotions, will it start to blur the lines between human and machine interaction?
That's a profound question.
It is.
It's almost like we're being forced to reevaluate our own understanding of what makes us unique.
Like what?
Our creativity, our empathy, our ability to connect with each other on a deeper level.
Right. If AI can replicate those qualities, does it diminish our own sense of humanity? Or does it simply expand our definition of what's possible?
It's a fascinating philosophical debate.
It is.
And honestly, I don't think there's a simple answer.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not about drawing a clear line between human and machine, but rather about recognizing the unique strengths of both.
Maybe it's about finding ways to collaborate and coexist.
Yeah.
Leveraging the power of AI to enhance our own human capabilities.
Think about how AI could assist us in areas like healthcare or education, providing personalized support and guidance tailored to our individual needs.
It could revolutionize the way we learn and grow, empowering us to reach our full potential.
But of course, there are also concerns about the potential economic and societal disruption. That could come with widespread AI adoption.
Of course, we need to be mindful of those potential disruptions and work proactively to mitigate any negative impacts.
Like how?
For example, by investing in education and training programs that prepare people for the jobs of the future.
And by fostering a culture of lifelong learning. Where people are encouraged to adapt and evolve alongside technological advancements.
It's about embracing the possibilities.
Right.
While being prepared for the challenges.
And that's what I find so exciting about this whole conversation.
Yeah.
It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the bigger questions it raises about our future as a species.
And it's about engaging in a thoughtful dialogue.
Yeah.
About how we want to shape that future.
That's what we're doing here today.
Right.
Exploring these complex issues and encouraging our listeners to join the conversation.
It's a conversation that's just beginning.
It is.
And it's one that we all need to be a part of.
After all, the future of AI is ultimately the future of humanity.
But for now, we need to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we return, we'll wrap up this deep dive with some final thoughts.
Sounds good.
And leave you with some questions to ponder. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into native audio AI.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
You know, from the technical nuts and bolts to the philosophical implications of AI that can truly understand us.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But I think one thing is crystal clear.
What's that?
This technology is going to change everything.
Yeah, it's not just about incremental improvements.
Right.
It's a fundamental shift in how we interact with machines.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
I think it's about being aware of the transformative power of this technology. AI is no longer just a tool for processing information.
Okay.
It's becoming a partner in communication.
Yeah.
And potentially even a source of emotional support.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities.
It is.
Imagine a world where AI can not only answer our questions, but also understand our feelings and respond with empathy.
And that's what I want to leave our listeners with.
Okay.
A sense of wonder and excitement about the future of AI, but also a call to action.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that we all have a role to play in shaping this future. It's not enough to simply sit back and watch as technology evolves.
Right.
We need to engage in thoughtful discussions about the ethical implications of AI. We need to advocate for responsible development and deployment.
Okay.
And we need to be prepared to adapt and evolve alongside these advancements.
So it's about harnessing the power of AI for good.
Exact.
Using it to improve our lives and solve some of the world's most pressing challenges.
It's about creating a future where humans and AI can coexist and collaborate. A future where technology empowers us to reach our full potential.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
I agree.
Full of insights and thought-provoking discussions.
It's been a privilege to explore these ideas with you and our listeners.
And remember, everyone, the future of AI is ultimately in our hands. Let's shape it wisely.
Thank you for joining us on this journey.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.